Today, April 20th, 1992, is a special day for all of us. A date which shall be everlastingly recorded in the history of humanity. Today, the doors of the Seville Universal Exposition, or as the entire world already knows it, the Expo 92, are being opened.
Queda inaugurada la Exposición Universal de Sevilla.
Entering the Expo is like, I don't know, living one of those few occasions in which dreams become reality. The island of the Cartuja, a large tongue of land surrounded by the two arms of the Guadalquivir, packs into 6 months all the imagination contributed by hundreds of countries to the last Universal Exposition of this century. Because Expo 92 is a universal appointment with 110 countries, 28 European nations, 33 American ones, 18 Asian ones, 21 African ones, and 10 of Oceania. Entering the Expo is to travel among the architectural, artistic, technological, and scientific contrast of different cultures all over the planet. It is a unique opportunity to play with time and space, to contemplate man today and admire how humanity has evolved over the centuries. The Spanish Pavilion offers you a magnificent collection of Spanish painting. Opposite it are the pavilions of the different autonomous communities, an extensive sample of the diversity and contrast to be found in this country. And from Spain, a wonderful journey transports you to the South Pacific. Where you discover New Zealand and Australia for the first time, or explore them at your leisure. You can travel to the American continent and see it from north to south. Traditions, historical values, art, nature, folkloric elements, and future projects. Argentina, Peru, Brazil, Mexico, Chile, Venezuela, United States, Canada. A meeting with cultures which express the value of history and the strength of modernization. But where you can contemplate a great diversity of ethnic groups and cultures is in your trip through the African Square. The 15 participating countries will show us their customs and traditions by means of their art. You can also find a representation of the architectural beauty of the north of Africa and the historical value of its sculptures and mosaics. And all of a sudden, you're in China. An ancient civilization over 5,000 years old. Or you contemplate a magnificent sample of the art and folklore of Thailand. In a few words, you'll travel around exotic Asia. A giant ellipse hanging at a height of 22 meters tells you that you have arrived at the German pavilion. The biggest water screen in the world enshrouds the United Kingdom. A peculiar windmill evokes the typical landscapes of Holland. Now you're in Europe. Stairs which change their color characterize the Russian pavilion. A 2,500 square meter blue sky covers the underground French pavilion. Avant-garde architecture, technology, and art. Because when you enter the Expo, you're in for a surprise. Entering Expo 92 is a moment of calm, a stroll through nature. Water and vegetation play an essential role throughout the grounds of the Expo. Public spaces are protected from the sun and heat by fountains, ponds, vegetation, canopies and sails which merge with the architectural and artistic design of the landscape. New techniques have been developed for the climatic conditioning of the entire grounds, such as those which take advantage of the streams of air to stop the atmosphere from becoming too hot, or the enormous bioclimatic sphere which regularly sprays water. All of this is to make your visit an enjoyable one. Because walking into Expo 92 is to travel. Travel on the panoramic train or the pneumatic train, in a cable car or a boat. Climb the lookout tower. Look around you. Lose yourself for one whole day from morning to night. Lose yourself without stopping for 176 days. It's a space that combines all types of fantasies, where different ages are mixed together. The truth is that in Expo, everything is possible. Walking down the road of the discoveries, you find the thematic pavilions, inside which nature, research, science, and technology are unfolded. Man's adventure by sea and land in search of his future. In the Navigation Pavilion, you will uncover the historical significance of geographical discoveries, following the driving force in the evolution of navigation techniques in different cultures. In the port, you will find anchored traditional crafts and reproductions of historical ships, like the Nao Victoria used by Elcano and Magallanes for their journey around the world. In the 15th century pavilion in the Cartuja grounds, you can take a journey through the culture, mythology, and cosmology of society in the era in which Columbus landed in America. You can go back in time for a vision of the world of 1492. The Future Pavilion houses 4 monographic exhibitions on environment, energy, telecommunications, and the universe. Each thematic group has been developed with the intention of analyzing today's situation and displaying the alternatives which science and technology contribute to the future of humanity. If you like, you can make a stop on the way and allow yourself to see the world from a new perspective while sitting in one of the Space Theater's comfortable seats. Or slow down your pace and let yourself be seduced by the scent of the plants in the Nature Pavilion. 432 species are spread out through the American garden. Trees, bushes, climbing plants, palm trees, tomatoes, cocoa, sugar, tobacco, pita, maguey. What is most fascinating is to look back and recall how it all started.
It will be a creative exposition, representative of the collective universal drive towards innovation. It will bring alive the past 500 years, and in no uncertain terms, remind us that the second millennium of our era is just 8 years away. Convention, stereotype, and routine will have no place there. It will call for imagination, daring and vision, an awareness of the new world which is ours.
It all started without our realizing, one day. Suddenly, daily life became full of comments, questions, important dates, news. Until we found out Seville was to host the Universal Exposition in 1992. The city became an exotic mosaic of people arriving from all over the planet. It was then that we began a coexistence which has marked our lives. None of us are the same today. Not to mention the arrival of journalists, technicians, specialists. Onlookers, tourists. It was like discovering Seville all over again, seeing it in a new light. Seeing it from close up. Savoring the places we had always loved, knowing that it was a new city. A city built upon centuries of history, a city projecting itself into the future. It was like walking along the banks of the Guadalquivir and seeing it for the first time.
Que no se te olvide visitar la Expo.
Sevilha.
Campanas del pabellón Hungría.
Mejor, el pabellón de Japón.
Day after day, human effort brought the project closer to its completion. The island of La Cartuja was taking on the appearance of the Expo. "6,000 workers from all over the world were achieving it. Pavilions, installations, green areas. A complex framework which would bring about the success of the Universal Exposition in Seville. Time went by so fast. Slowly, we discovered how the city began to spread out over its bridges. The waters of the Guadalquivir reflected 8 new shapes linking the city with its surroundings, uniting Seville with the island of La Cartuja. The Alamillo Bridge, the Chapina Bridge, the La Cartuja Bridge, the La Barqueta Bridge, the Sentinel. Today I was lucky enough to see the Expo for the first time, a day before it opened. It was fantastic, like a dream. An effort which today has become a marvelous party for all of us. Because walking into the Expo is like crossing the threshold of a large fiesta which you can't get away from. A party that goes on until 4 in the morning, where you can see more than 55,000 live performances, 21 different scenic spaces, and every type of artistic genre represented. Opera, symphonic music, theater, jazz, rock, folklore. A restored jewel, Orson Welles' Quixote, gave an extra special dimension to the Expo 92 inauguration.
Su hermosura es sobrehumana, sus cabellos oro, su frente campos elíseos, sus cejas arcos del cielo, sus ojos soles, sus mejillas rosas, sus labios corales, perlas sus dientes, marfil sus manos y su blancura nieve. Los ves, Sancho. La fortuna ha guiado nuestros pasos como deseábamos.
No sé muy bien de lo que hablas, señor. Pues para mí la fortuna es solo tener un poquito ahorrado y vivir tranquilo con mi familia sin meterme en líos ni pendencias.
¡Temblad, cobardes! ¡Guerra! ¡Guerra! ¡Defendeos o entregadme vuestra voluntad! ¡Moriremos matadores! ¡Y si no...! ¡Oh!
Expo 92 has been an unforgettable journey for all of us. A gathering place for all of humanity.